Well, I just got the 95 centimeter fuselage from Starboard. Also got the Millennium front wing. I think I'm going to return the Millennium front wing. Both weren't really perfect. The Millennium front wing was damaged a little bit in shipping actually after closer inspection, and also some manufacturing defects. This one, just the end is down, got banged in, and the box was pretty thrashed. There are some pretty big lips here from the aluminum smashing into what looks like concrete. So I'm just taking down these edges a little bit to make it a little flush before I put on the JB weld to finish off the point. Got the JB weld with black mixed in, so it's a really dark gray, but it's not a pure black, because this is black paint but it kind of has a satin sheen to it, and I think this will look a little bit more natural there. I'm just dumping a bunch of black in there, plus the more black paint I put in, the thinner this will be, and I like the JB weld to be nice and thick. Nice, so that is all done. I also repaired a few different things. There's a little bit of a wear around the back screw of my 330. I ended up repairing the end tip. Actually, in the shipping container, the end tip was damaged on top of the piece right here, which I just used a little, well, just used a little bit of JB weld. And the mast tip, one of the bolts was getting a little loose, so I just put the JB weld on there on the outside, put it back in, and then made sure it's perfectly aligned. Because I just don't like the bolts falling out, but now it's nice and tight. Just sanding the end. I'm using 220, getting it nice and smooth. And even though I added black paint, and it looked really good, for some reason as I'm sanding it's a little gray. And I did put it in the shed overnight, which is about 50 degrees, and it did take a day to actually cure up. Usually it's about 4 to 6 hours. With JB weld, if you sand it too soon, it becomes chalky, and it's easier to sand, but it doesn't do you any favors having kind of chalk off rather than sand smooth. So I probably should have had it inside to finish the curing process. Just sanding this. When I got this 330 back wing, the screw went down too far. So what I did is I did some JB weld and did pretty good, but I sanded down a little bit too much. So as you can see, it's sticking out too much, where when I got it, it's sticking down too much. So I'm just now slowly sanding to where I can get this flush when it's pulled tight down. Nice, so I got them all sanded flush and matching. The back one here, I didn't over sand down because, I mean, it's very flush, but I wanted to leave a little bit of space just so in case if it pushes down, because the last time I did the back, I sanded it completely flush and it pushed down a little bit because JB weld, I guess, compressed a little bit, where these are totally flush and this one's just sticking a little bit, but I believe the first time I tighten down, it'll be completely flush. The back of the tip is all painted. It looks really good, nice and sharp and clean. There is a chance it's not going to be as durable as the stock, but this should be good, and I can always do a quick touch up if it gets banged up. But I've never banged up the tips before in any of the fuselages. So yeah, this repair has been a win.